So here we've got a problem where Ted tried to write a number in scientific notation, and we've got to basically fix it. Notice the number is written as a fraction times the power of 10. Don't be overwhelmed by this fraction. Think about what it means, right? 22 over 1,000 means take the number 22 and divide it by 1,000. So it's really 22 divided by 1,000. That means divided by 10 to the third. Dividing by 10 to the third, you can think of that as dividing by 10 three times. Every time you divide by 10, what happens to your decimal? Well, it starts here, right? But every time we divide by 10, we move it one place to the left. So here I am going to move it 1. That's divided by 10 once, twice, 3 times. So it moves. And what it becomes is 0.022. And think about what you know about place value, right? These are our tenths right here. These are our hundredths, right? And this right here is our thousandths. So this is what 22 thousandths look like, right? We name our decimal by reading the very last digit in the smallest place value. So since this last 2 is in the thousandths place, this is 22 thousandths. And that's actually what we have here for the first part of the problem. Now, here 22 over 1,000, they're really saying it's 0.022 times 10 to the 550. And this is easier to work with, believe it or not, because we want to get this number in scientific notation. This first number is not in the range we need it to be. It needs to be a positive or negative number, right? That is either, right, we'll call it A, has to be greater than or equal to 1 or less than 10. On a number line, that would mean that we pick a positive or negative number that is at least 1 or more units away from 0, but not equal to 10 or more units from 0. So for example, a number we could pick is 10. No, we can't, right? We can't pick 10. We can't pick negative 10. It can't equal 10. We can pick 9.9 or negative 9.9, but not 10. So we need to put a decimal somewhere in this number to get it in the range that we need it to be. And I'm going to move the decimal between the two 2's. That gives me 2.2. So I moved it over twice to the right. You got a number that's between 1 and 10. And now I've at least got this first number in the correct position. I have it in the correct range. We want to multiply this by what? Well, originally we multiplied it by 10 to the 550th power, but we just changed our number. We moved our decimal twice to the right. This number here, we basically took 0.022 and multiplied it by 10 squared, or multiplied it by 100, right? Multiply by 100 and move your decimal twice to the right. So to balance this out, we take this thing over here and divide by 100, or divide by 10 squared. And in that way, what you're doing is you're taking a number, multiplying it by 100, and then dividing it by 100. You're not changing it. To divide by 100, think of your laws of exponents, right? 10 to the 550th over 10 squared, we subtract our exponents. That would be 10 to the 500, right? And 48th power. So altogether, when we write this all out, we get 2.2 times 10 to the 548th power. All right, hope this helped.